And you know, us sports moms have something to say.
Yes, we do.
We'll have a chance to interview across the board, from athletes to the parents to the coaches to even the trainers.
Yeah. And we're not afraid to share our journey. We're not afraid to tell other moms what we went through in order to raise up a student athlete. So I believe that it's inspirational.
Yeah. We able to tell our story, the good and the bad.
Yeah. We can give back positive information.
Absolutely.
You know, we can empower them.
Yes, I think it's time for the mothers to be a voice.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's time for us to let you know what's going on. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your girl, Shannon, at Can We Talk Sports. I am here with my host.
Hey, it's Karen. What's up? You can't be coming on the show laughing in the beginning.
No, it's the way it's Karen. What's up? Okay, just listen.
I'm trying to learn how to come on.
You gotta be like, yo, this your girl, Shannon. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come on, what's up, everybody? You know, want to try it again?
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna let you do the intro. Go ahead.
Hey, you guys, what's up? It's Karen, and Can We Talk Sports? What it be like?
I can't.
I'm not coming for it. It's okay.
It's all right. That's just we come on how we want to. Whatever. All right. So listen, Karen. I ain't even gonna say it.
What? What I do? I've been nice.
No, that's not you.
Oh, okay.
My twins coming home tomorrow. They're supposed to stay a month.
What? They cut the visit short.
Can y'all please pray for me? They were supposed to stay a month. They come home tomorrow. They just left last Saturday.
Oh, they said they want their mama.
That's all right, because football starts Monday, so I'm gonna throw them right back to the coaches.
Oh, so that's why they came home. They ready.
No, they didn't have to go. They didn't have to go. It's just PC training. They didn't have to go. They could have stayed a month. They're coming home tomorrow at 12 after 12 o'clock. Look, I can't even get it out.
They even got a time for you to expect them. Mama.
Can somebody send us on a vacation, please? Can we talk sports, moms, please? No, but hey, they're my babies. I love them. But I was like, wait, what? You coming home when? I was like, oh, that boy almost made me speak in tongues. So,
oh, wow.
It is what it is. Okay, so what I mean, there's so much going on. I don't even know where to start.
It is a lot going on.
A whole lot.
The world is coming back out. I'm coming out.
No, I ain't coming out like that. They come. These jokers coming out swinging. Man, I tell you, it's hello. How are you? Look, we got our guests, our fans and watchers. And hi, how are you? Yeah, we're happy. Okay. Anyway, there's so much I can't even go there. I just miss Big Mama right now because she could tell it all.
Yeah,
she would. So anyway, so how's things going over there with you?
Just staying busy. Think I'm gonna go out of town this weekend and hang out and get a break.
Mm-hmm.
And so, other than that, just staying busy.
Okay. I will be supposed to be leaving out of town this weekend because next week is my anniversary and my birthday.
What? We gotta turn it up. What we gonna do?
We're gonna turn it up at, Karen?
Online?
No.
You have a Let It Rain party like I did.
I'm not turning it up on no online.
You're boring.
I'm not. No, I'm not turning it up online. I'm going somewhere and turn it up. I'm going online and turn it up.
The backyard. Okay.
How it was on in Vegas? days in Vegas. Yes, thank you. See, our early happy birthday and anniversary. What? No, but yeah, so I'm excited because Chris, remember Chris, the one we interviewed, Chris
Mm-hmm.
Turner? He will actually be here Sunday to stay a couple of weeks with us,
Really? Oh,
train with Jordan.
wow.
So I'm pretty excited about that. These guys are getting out there training Chris, Josh, Crockett, Jordan, and then we have another young man coming in from New York is going to train. So these guys they're fighting. They're ready. They're just like
Wow.
open up NFL, open up CFL because I'm coming for you. You know, they're
Wow.
ready and they're not only physically getting ready, but they're mentally getting ready. You know, they're realizing things are not the same. Right. So it's like we got to grow up. We're having heart to heart conversations. I need you to grow up today. Like all that stuff you used to do before all this happened, you got to throw it out the window because life has changed. Times have
Right.
changed, right? So there's no room to kick it, clubbing. You got to grow up because one
Right.
minute you could have an opportunity and the next minute it's gone. So it's just like think and grow up. It's
Wow.
grow up time. And that's the conversations we've been having. It's like it's time to think investments. It's time to think business. It's so like Jordan and been getting Evolve and Fit 360 off the ground and getting some other young high school kids to train. But it's like you got to put your priorities. You guys are 25 and 26. Those times of kicking it ended when
Right.
COVID started.
Wow.
It
Yes, it
did.
did. It
So
really did.
really, if you're going back to the clubs, then you didn't learn anything. You didn't learn anything. It's seriously. But it's time to start thinking investment. It's time to start thinking, okay, hold on,
Okay.
how do I start looking at purchasing property and land
Right.
and making chess moves instead of checker moves? Because if you
Yes.
go back to the club, you're making checker moves, right?
Yeah.
But if you sit down and start making chess moves, then you have to think. Checkers, you don't really have to think. You just play, right? But chess, you really have to think of what is my next move really gonna be like? And that's not just athletes, it's all of us. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
That's right.
It's grow up time. So that's just
Well,
right there.
well, they look like they got a lot in store for them because you ready for them. So their purpose to be right there. So
I'm
hats
ready.
off to
It's grow
you.
up time. It's like it's not time to go here and kick it out. And I know my son is like, Mom, I'm 25. I understand, and I'm not hovering over him, but I'm like, where you going? What are you doing? Think. It's not time to go hang out. I understand you're 25, but do you understand what just happened? Like you don't really have your hangout mentality should shift to a almost like a king's mentality, right? I've got a kingdom to run. Like I can't go kick it. You-
Mm.
There's a difference with partying and then throwing a feast, right?
Wow.
Okay, so a party is a party, but when you throw a feast, there's only certain ones that can come to that table, right?
Yeah, you just went
So
deep.
which one you throwing, Jordan? You throwing a party when and everybody can come through the door, or you throwing a feast where there's only certain ones that you're letting in that is operating at the same concept and mindset of you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my few minutes.
Yeah. They got something in store.
I ain't play, I'm telling you,
I mean,
I'm not
seriously.
playing with them. I'll be having heart to heart. We be having some knockout heart to heart conversations. Like, gotta grow up. Gotta grow
Oh,
up. So anyway, okay. So our guest, I know he's probably back there in the back room, like, what just happened? No, but anyway, our guest, Coach Ray, will be coming to the
Raymond.
show. Huh?
It's Raymond.
Raymond. Oh, I thought on this thing he said Coach Ray though.
Oh, okay. Maybe
On his
he said it
name.
short.
Yeah, on his
Okay.
Coach
You
Ray.
got it. You got it,
Yeah,
girl.
I got it. I got it.
You
I've
got it.
been paying attention. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
I love Karen. But anyway, Coach Ray will be here right after this.
Good evening. I'm Coach Ray from Next Level Student Athlete. And I just wanted to give everybody a word of encouragement today on this Monday. With everything going on and all the frustration from the coronavirus and all the everything people are reading on social media and hearing on the news, I'm here to tell you, block that stuff out. It ain't going nowhere. Virus ain't going nowhere right now. It is what it is right now. But I want to give you a word of encouragement that does not mean that you have to be frustrated and angry with everybody else because you can't do what you want to do. When in actuality, you should be doing what you're supposed to be doing for yourself right now. That's one, getting a closer relationship with God while you're sitting at home. Two, engaging in something that you're supposed to be doing for yourself. And by that, I don't mean that in a selfish way. I mean it as though one of the things that I've been blessed to be able to do is connect with teenagers on various levels, as a coach, and even at the CRC Bread Students Ministry that I work in as well. One of the things I try to encourage people to do is go work towards being your best self. Go work to be the best version of you. And within this time that we have, with everything being shut down at a certain time and places not being open and all the little hangout spots being shut down, go work on being the best version of you. By that, I mean with guys that I coach right now, study your film crazily. Work on your craft at home. There's things you could do to become better besides just sit in the house and mope. If you're a music person right now, you got time to study every one of the great musicians around or that have been around. John Lennon, Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson, Prince, all these people you have the ability to study right now to learn the craft as a whole, to perfect your craft. This is that time now. Those things that you've been putting on hold, get them off hold, start doing them. I was blessed to be able to finish my second book and get it out. So within this time, I started working on my third one. I've nothing else.
Welcome to the show, Coach.
Hey.
Okay, you gotta change this. Yeah, there you go. Damn, I can work it this way. Okay, now look at this. Now look at God, right? I didn't even see your video. I hadn't seen your video,
Right.
So we was kind of talking on the same lingo of when you said hanging out and going, basically like going to the clubs, but we're gonna get into that. So I got kind of excited watching your video. I was like, yes, say it, tell them. But anyway, all right. So before we start, we're gonna play this game called Would You Rather.
All right, let's go.
All right. Where's my Would You Rather video?
Oh, okay. Let me get it. Hold on for a minute.
See, I like my video. I made that video, so I have to have my
That's a
little
dope video
introduction.
right there. That's a dope
All right,
video.
All right, Karen, go ahead. What's your first one?
Okay, would you rather be the president or a Pokemon trainer?
Oh man. I would say president. I'm sure my little brother would be like Pokemon training because that's what he grew up on. But I would say president.
Okay. All right. Would you rather be Thor or Wolverine?
Oh, Thor, easily. That's my favorite Marvel character.
Thor?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd rather be Wolverine. I'm slicing jokers up.
One of my best friends, he bought me Thor cufflinks for his wedding for the groomsmen. I got Thor cufflinks.
No, I'm Wolverine. You mess with me and it's all coming out. I'm slicing, dicing, but All right, go ahead, Karen.
Would you rather be forced to watch My Little Pony for 24 hours or have the theme song stuck in your head for the rest of your life?
I'm gonna watch it for 24 hours. That's it. I took my little daughter to the movie when it came out, so let me just watch it a couple times.
Oh, My Little Pony. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I got one. Would you rather drive a 2020 Camaro or a 1967 SS Camaro?
67.
Man, that's what I'm talking about right
Yeah,
there. Bring it
67.
on
I
home. They
probably
don't
consider that one.
all this all this new school stuff. They don't know nothing. You
Yeah, I
gotta
gotta have a 67 with the
man,
SS on the front.
what? Or you gotta have a shaft car.
Oh,
What?
yeah, but it's gotta
Okay,
be shining. You gotta have the
gotta be
curved fillers on the side,
right,
and
right. You gotta bring the old school up in here.
that's it.
That's how me and my husband is. You gotta bring that old school. Y'all got all this little cute, pretty stuff. You better go back and
Nah,
get that old school. That's where the money is.
it's gotta make noise when I start it up.
Right. Mm, got me excited. What?
Right.
Okay, let me bring it back because we can start talking old school all
And
day
there it is.
long
There
up
it
in
is.
here. Okay. All right. So your video, let's kind of man, your video was just let's start right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a very powerful message. What inspired you to record that?
So we were talking amongst the youth group I work with in my church about just some things we could do, like we could do to kind of, excite people, excite kids. And I was like, well, I can do Monday motivations. I love motivating people. That's something I'm very passionate about. So I just went ahead and set the phone up and went in. It wasn't scripted. It wasn't, nobody was telling me what to say. It was just one of those situations where I let God just flow through me. Just go ahead and talk.
Yeah.
You got it. And the
Yeah.
words came out.
Wow, it was very good. It was well, it was something that needed to be said because we are at that place. It was like, okay, grow up, w-
Yeah.
pay attention, be a little bit more alert of what's going on. So,
hmm
with this motivational Monday, is this something? Are you able to do that with your? Were you able to do that with your athletes?
I was blessed to be able to do it on game days. The head coach gave me the green light to do the motivational sessions with the students, with the guys before the game. So myself and the offensive line coach, Coach Tatum, we would just take them in the commons. I mean, not the commons, but the little theater room that they have, and we just watch motivational videos. And I would get up and speak for about 10 minutes, and Coach Tatum would speak. So it kind of just it blossomed. It went from just something to keep them busy to a every week thing.
So,
Wow.
what during the COVID is this something that you continue to do? Was it online? How did you continue the?
It's definitely online. I just decided to put it on YouTube, but now the way it kind of blossomed now is with the motivational messages. I have a guest on Mondays on Instagram where we just talk about how to inspire the next generation. How can we help them grow better and do things in a better way? And so we spend it's about like a 30 to 45 minute conversation every Monday with a special guest, and we just talk and chat up about the next generation.
And you know what I like? It's not just pointing to the kids. I mean, I could, bear witness to it that
Yeah,
I need to come home and start doing something, you know, and write a book like you've written two of them. So,
Right.
I
yeah.
mean, it's all about we got to get busy.
Yeah, we got time. I mean, it's kind of winding down now because they're, opening everything up. But for the most part, like we have time to just work on something, some level of our craft that we kind of put dormant in our mind. And we just, that whole I'll get back to it later mentality. And then you never get back to it. Pull that stuff to the front, get it over with because obviously, it's something that God gave you. And He gonna
Right,
make room for your gifts. So go get it. Don't sit there and wait for it to come to you. Go get it.
right.
Yeah.
Well, let me say this on that. Then it goes into my question. And how do you, with athletes who don't know, right? Like football, basketball, soccer, hockey, that's all they know, right?
Mhm.
That's it. So when you're telling them this, how do you handle the ones that are going, well, coach, I don't know what it is because I don't know who I am outside of sports?
And that's a good question because a lot of kids don't know who they are outside of sports, and so it's trying to teach them what do you think about 24/7, and then you'll find out some kids like to cook. Some kids are
Mhm.
like, I like even it's the point. I had one kid that I used to coach and mentor. He loved shoes, like he loved the whole. He had the whole sneakerhead mentality. Go get it. So I'm encouraging you, and it's something I had to learn over time because early on when I was first started coaching, it was football, 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 and I wasn't thinking beyond that scope. So
Mhm.
it took a conversation with the same young man for me to open my eyes and say it's bigger than the game because these
Oh,
kids need to understand that God ain't gonna bless everybody with the opportunity to play pro.
That's right.
So what
Right.
can you do in the midst of that time to fulfill your gifts that he gave you outside of that? And so I'm very encouraging any kid. There are kids that I've been like, hey, look, the military might be your move. And I'm encouraging you to go.
That's good.
Yeah. Now, do you think all coaches need to have that mentality
I
as
was going to
far
ask.
as, the light bulb being turned on and directing our kids that it's more than sports? It's
I think they do. I think a lot of coaches need to start looking at it from that perspective. But we're such in a time now where guys are so worried about, and I'm talking about coaches. A lot of coaches are so worried about their image and their brand that they're not focusing on the kids per se. It's as long as the kids are really good, those are the ones they focus on. And it's
mm,
like,
Right.
well, what about the other guys that that might not be a talented athlete, but he might be able to make music?
right.
Encourage that aspect of that kid, or he might just be a role player for you right now, but that relationship you build with him can help him after he graduates. And a lot of guys miss that mark, and I can easily admit, and I'm very forthright. Early in my career, I missed that mark a lot.
Wow.
Wow.
That's good.
So now that everything is reopening, um, do you think that coaches will now have a second, how can I say, what's the word? Look at things differently. Maybe now that when they come back, they might deal with the kids differently and say, okay, hey, listen, so we won't ever get caught or you won't ever get caught off guard like this again. Maybe we need to start thinking about a plan B or
Right?
some other things.
I think it should be that way. I think you should all what the kids should always have in their mind a possible plan B, and I think coaches now have to start kind of getting kids to look at it from that perspective. Like, what if it doesn't work out? Because high school is only 4 years.
Right.
And after you graduate, if there's no college that you're going to, what's your next move? And I think coaches have to recognize that and start putting guys in position to say, hey, let's start looking at other plans. Football is great. If you get an offer, or if you get into a school, perfect. But what can we do if that does not happen? So, like you
Mhm.
said, we are not in this position now when they're just sitting at home during COVID. They have nothing. They're just sitting at
Nothing.
home when they could have used their gift to provide.
Mm.
Okay, so now that we talked about sitting at home, we've been always talking about the athlete.
Hmm.
Oh, have we really dealt with the parents? What I
No.
mean by that is this. How can you tell the athlete this when, for instance, like they're sitting at home, if the parent's not encouraging them because they put all their bags, all their desires
Hmm.
and their child to make it, COVID happens, things happen, and they're both all sitting at home like, so what are you gonna do? How do we get to the parents to say, "Hey, listen, we need to kind of back up a little bit. We need to teach you guys for those who do not teach your child how to have a plan B. Somehow we've got to help the parents understand how important it is, right?"
Yeah, most definitely. I think that's the linchpin for the success of the kid is if the parents understand, because we got parents now that they've already seen the NFL at the child's birth. They
Yep.
ain't even they not even worried about the 18
They
years
already
in
bought the
between.
Bentley. They
They
already got it on hold. Matter of fact, they ordered it and said, "Okay, I need you to deliver it in
right,
2025."
2025, that Bentley got to be in my front yard. Like, and
Right.
that kid hasn't even figured out whether he's gonna play ball or not. But I
Right.
got a
Whether
son,
you
he gonna be the
like it.
best. It says, and you like, whoa, what if he don't like football?
Right.
So I think parents have to come down a little bit. And there's some great parents that I've come in contact with, and then there's some that you like bring it down a little bit. Let's just encourage your kid to do the things the right way, but make sure they're doing the academic portion better than the athletic in a sense, because without that academic portion, doors closed.
That's
Mm.
right.
But now you have even sports programs that are going after our kids even a younger age as far as promoting this glam life, rings,
Hmm.
bling bling, MVP. I mean, they're like blowing it up. How would
Yes.
you even deal with those? How are you going to deal with those kids once they come to high school as far as bringing them back down?
Um, you know, it's to me it's second nature, because I let them know first day I don't play favorites. The only thing I have favorites is cereal. So so At the end of the day, you are and I'm not trying to put you in a situation where you feel like you're just a number, but at the end of the day, you are a part of a program. This is everybody
Exactly.
matters here. This ain't just about you. And I think a lot of kids with a lot of youth coaches and parents and stuff, they pump these kids' heads up to the point where these kids think it's really all about them. And so you even go on Twitter and Instagram and stuff, and it's like, oh, we lost, but I had a good game. But you lost, you ain't had no good game.
Can I snap over here? Like, wait, what are you talking about? You lost,
Yeah,
like you said, you lost, but
you
you had a
lost.
good game. So what you saying?
Yeah, like y'all lost. At the end of the day, cute. You had 2 touchdowns. That's great, but y'all lost by 30. But that don't mean nothing. That don't
Right.
mean
That don't
nothing.
mean nothing because
It's,
you're not teaching them how to really be a team.
and I
Team.
think
So
we got.
because go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize. Go ahead.
So what happens is by the time they get to college, their attitude is horrible. Okay.
Yes.
And then college doesn't make it any better, especially if they're really a good athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Coaches in college, not all, but majority of them, it's about who's going to win the big, especially if you go to a D1, the Big 12,
Oh.
the Big 10, all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now they get to college, they do not know how to handle the pressure of of the fans, the popularity, and so then they start acting out. That's when you
Mm-hmm.
start seeing them fighting women. That's when you start seeing them doing all kind of things because they never was grounded at a young age. They was
Right.
always told you're going to NFL, NBA, MLB, you the
MLB,
man, you're
NHL,
female,
whatever.
right? And so that's all they have in the mind. So that means at any cost, I don't care who you are, you get in my way, I'm running over you.
And that's the mentality. But here's a quote that a good friend of mine told a player that we both were close to. He said, "In high school, you were the man. Happy. You get to college, there's 53 other guys that was the man at their high school.
That's
You
right.
got to get in where you fit in."
That's
And I
right.
think with a lot of these people, they put these kids such on a high pedestal that these kids don't know that they have to fit into a team. So it goes back to this all about me. So by the time they get to college, it's like, oh, it's not about you anymore.
Right.
You
That's
got
right.
6 guys in front of you at your position. So you either gonna earn it or go back home because that's how those coaches operate.
Right. And then you
Wow.
get to a professional level, and then that's a whole another ball game because now you got to grow up, and so
Hmm.
then you get these young guys there, and they haven't grown up, and now the professional coaches at that level are frustrated because it's like
Mm.
you're so good, but you're so mentally, I don't want to say
Like a
off.
kid.
But you're
Yeah,
behind.
you're
You're behind the
behind.
curve
And so
mentally.
now that's when you have them tweeting, acting crazy, doing what
Hmm.
they're doing, and the
I want to
coaches
be
are like,
traded.
right, and the coaches are like, "Wait, what?" Again, it starts from
Youth.
when they were young, and then you get to middle school, and then
Hmm.
you get to high, and so then we didn't you didn't build the stability with them. So then they get to the professional, they go from 200 $200 in the bank to 20 million. These
Hmm.
jokers start losing their mind.
Because you got to think parents. Then it's like if a parent's unhappy with a program, I'm gonna move my kid.
Yeah, oh
But
yeah.
the reason you're unhappy isn't because the kid did something or the coach did something to your kid. It's because your kid can't have his way. Well, my
Right.
son played running back, but the other running back in front of my son, so we move into another program. Why not make your son earn that spot?
That's right.
Wow, that's
Then you
good.
get to high school, it's the same thing. I
Same
had a
thing.
kid as a freshman. He had talent, but I was tough on him. You're not gonna have your way. I don't care who your name was when you played middle school ball. That's cute, but here, here
He
you
was
gonna
a
earn it.
freshman coming in.
First,
Man,
listen,
they come in like they
listen.
like you gonna write them a check, like
Let
you
me
owe
tell
them
you.
something.
Let me tell you. Dude came in first day of camp. First day of camp and said, we lining them up, everything. Oh, coach, I'm on varsity. I'm sorry, what?
He told you.
He told
He
us he
told
was on
you he
varsity.
was on Mars. Oh my
I
god.
said, what grade are you in? Ninth. You over there with the freshmen. You get ready
Right.
to oh, I'm varsity coach. Okay, well, I'll see you on the JV field. So
Right.
he played JV for me for 1 year, and I remember having it out with him in a game. I sent him to the locker room at halftime. Don't come
Wow.
out. Stay in the locker room. This is how you want to perform. You can't play for me. He
That's
wound
right.
up transferring to another school. And granted, the kid is talented, but transferring kids because they got a tough coach isn't the answer. If anything, you should want them under that tough coach because he's helping them become a young man. And a lot of
Mm.
parents
Yes,
don't want that. They don't want that. They want their kid to have an easy road. I want him to have 30 offers by the time he is senior. Yeah, but if he got 30 offers and his GPA is horrible, none of those offers matter.
that's right. And
Wow.
if you're taking them from school to school, you don't understand you're damaging them in life because there's football sports end. I think
Hmm.
that's the part parents don't get. Sports end. You're not going to play it the rest of your life. So then
Right.
after it's over, all of a sudden he's got one job, then he moves to another job, or he
Hmm.
keeps changing women.
Yeah,
One
let's
minute
keep
he
it
got a
real.
HUD, come
Let's
on,
keep
and
it
the
real.
next minute he got another one, and the
Does he
next
having
minute he got
discipline to stay?
You're not teaching them discipline. You're not teaching them stability, and you're not teaching them how to handle adversity. Because you're
Yeah.
gonna be on some teams where it's gonna be tough. Teach your kid how to handle adversity. Some coaches are just tough. I'm
that's
tough,
right.
but I'm a love on that kid at the same time. But
Right.
I'm tough in
Mm,
the trenches.
It-
mm.
on jobs, you got CEOs are tough.
Yeah.
So
And you gonna
I
quit
don't
your job because the
you don't quit
CEO
your
tell
job
you did something wrong?
and they're tough, right? But again, if we allow them to feel as if they are the man, the woman, and
Hmm.
you need me mentality, like I'm your star player. That's why I like watching All American. You ever seen that
I,
on
I I despise that show,
why? Tell me why.
but I'm a coach, so I see everybody tells me it's such a great show, but I look at the football aspect of the show and I'm like, this is not realistic.
Oh, I don't look at the football. I try to look at the teaching of things, like
Hmm.
especially with his mom. You know, she teaches him his dealing with his attitudes and how to face things and don't run from things and how to deal with things. So I never really paid attention to the football. I paid attention to the coaches, and then I
Okay.
paid attention how the mom handled things, and so yeah, that's kind of why I liked it. But okay, so now we're opening back up. Um, take us through the process. How are you guys preparing for everything?
Well, ironically, we just got an email today that schools in Virginia should be given to open back up athletically. We've still been kind of under the quarantine aspect and couldn't work out. We haven't worked out since March. So what we've been doing this the weekly Zoom meetings, multiple. Every position group coach has their Zoom meetings, but now the way we're preparing now, we've been getting kids to do online workouts. So we have an online workout packet that they have to do every week, and they have to actually submit it. So they have to submit it through Google Classroom that they completed it. And now we're getting ready to go back. We're just waiting for the AD to just go ahead and clear it so we can go back. Um,
Mm.
I'm ready. We haven't got those details yet because we're not, we haven't been cleared yet. But that they announced it today, so things should start moving forward a little bit more quickly. But I'm ready,
So
and like I miss my guys.
so on the workout, have you noticed the ones that are taking it serious and then the ones that aren't?
I know the ones that aren't because those are the ones that always have an excuse.
Mm.
It's all even in the meeting. It's
Now,
like,
are
hey,
they
why
your
you?
star players?
It's no, and that's the funny thing.
Really?
Weirdly, our star players are at everything, and if they're not there, they're letting us know, hey, I can't make it. I got to work, which is fine. I'm not a coach to be like, you can't have no job. I'm not that type of coach,
Right.
and we are not in our program. So, but the ones that make excuses are the ones that when we come back and we start doing them sprint, we gonna know. So
Right.
I
Be
don't
over
get
there. They're gonna be over there by that trash can
calling
hurling.
Earl, calling Earl.
You said, I like that one. Calling Earl.
Call
Did
it
you
Earl.
call Earl today?
Yeah. So but the excuse makers it's the same ones that you have from before. Like their
Mm.
mentality has not their mentality won't change because they're home. It's actually giving them more of an excuse not to show up.
Wow.
So again,
Mm.
I'll know by your body structure. The ones who worked out, their body structure will change. The ones who haven't will know when that first day come out there.
Wow.
Wow.
Now tell me, what is your recruiting like for your high school when things are normal? Do you
You
guys,
mean as far as college coaches coming in?
yeah,
It's
as far
it's
as
usually
D1
pretty
scholarships and stuff?
Yeah, it's usually pretty flooded with college coaches coming in. We had in the last 2 years before this year, we had a total of 18 guys go to school.
Okay,
Um,
Wow.
good.
some D3, some D1, D1 AA, but nonetheless, our goal is to find somewhere you fit. We are
Mm.
not in the business of like everybody's, of course, everybody wants to go D1. course. That's the natural
Yeah.
thing. But we try to teach our guys that there's some element of realism that you have to take in consideration when you're
Mm.
going through recruiting. You might have the mindset of a D1 player, but your structure, your body structure, your build might be D1 AA, might be D2. So we're going to get you where you fit and where you could be. One, where the academic part that you want is there, and two, where you fit their scheme, because then you'll actually get on the field.
Mm.
So we're pretty active when it comes to recruiting. I know the head coach is giving me the green light to take kids on like college visits. So we have a bus. I will gas the bus up and take 8, 9 kids to Norfolk
Wow.
State, William and Mary, wherever in the area. Like we getting it.
Oh, that's
Wow.
good.
That is
That's
good.
good. I think I posted a topic on our page about doing everything that's going on with the riots. What if kids start going to HBCUs instead of
I would
D1?
love it.
I had so many comments. I mean,
Yeah, I
so
think it's
many.
something that I think I've seen a celebrity even mention about you're sending your kid to a HBCU. So I think that's something that's gonna I
It's
wouldn't be
gonna the
surprised.
title
It's gonna
changed
yeah.
because fortunately and unfortunately, God is pulling the curtain back. And I say fortunately because the veil is being pulled back, and now we see how these college coaches really feel about our kids. And unfortunately, because these kids have to see that these college coaches that they love and value really don't care about your struggle.
I always told
So
myself from the
Mm,
beginning, you're a dollar sign. When you get to
that's
that
it.
level,
It's a
so
business.
you're a it's a business. It's the numbers you got on the board, you know what I'm saying? From the
mm,
catches to you name it, you're a dollar sign.
How
And
much
so
can you benefit my university? That's
right.
what it is.
It's
And
a dollar. How many butts can you put in a stand?
that's
You're a
all.
dollar sign. That's it.
Think
You're a dollar
about
sign.
think about when you look at like Reggie Bush, how much money USC made off of him, and then they threw him away like he didn't even matter when the
right,
scandal came down. Pete Carroll just
Dollar
left
sign.
and left him high and dry. But now
right,
it's like, oh, we recognize we're wrong. You tarnish this guy's legacy, asking for his Heisman back, but now you realize you're wrong. You were wrong when you did it.
Yeah.
right.
And these kids don't realize, and a lot of people get it confused. There are D1 HBCUs. Like, don't get it twisted. And I tell kids
Yes.
all the time because a lot of people try to downplay. I think let's keep it all the way 100. The sad truth is, a lot of our own people downplay it. Like they're not too fond of HBCUs. And I'm like, why? Well, the facilities aren't nice. What they got to do with somebody going to a school that cares about
Right.
them? Their weight rooms don't look like Alabama's. And
Right.
You know what? Listen, when the
I
COVID
was.
when the COVID happened, because me and Karen we was on the show, and when it first happened, I said we gonna see who's really real because y'all ain't got
Mhm.
y'all pretty locker rooms, y'all ain't got y'all pretty fields. You
Nope.
got to use the garage. You got to go back old school. And actually, I was watching a documentary on a native. Um, it's in Arizona, a
Okay.
reservation, right?
Hmm.
These guys were playing on dirt. They
Yeah.
had made their own basketball goals, Karen, and they were
Mm,
playing on dirt. But when them jokers got on the court,
mm,
they was killing it. But
mm,
some of them lived in trailer homes. They played on the dirt. They used old tires to do weights. They didn't have the pretty stuff. So there was a different mentality. There was an appreciation.
Hmm.
So when they got on the court, they listened to their coach, right? It was like, we're gonna listen to everything you teach us. And then when the game time, Jim Jokers was dropping threes. They was
Because
just
it's here. It's
that's
in
what
that.
it was.
You because you can't inject a heart in somebody.
Nope.
You either got
mm,
it or you don't. You either love the game that you say you want to play or you don't.
No.
And a lot of kids play it because it's cool,
right.
but it ain't embedded in their heart and in their spirit. They don't appreciate the grind. Those kids that you were talking about that were out there playing on dirt, they appreciate the grind because they know nobody's gonna give me anything.
That's
Mm,
right.
Nobody's gonna give it to me. If I want it, I gotta go earn it. And I'm gonna make sure I'm appreciated for when I earn it. And that's the thing when you look at these kids that are trying to go to college, like if with this thing shut down, if you weren't out there running and getting it, I
That's right.
can't trust your passion.
Wow.
mm.
I can't, I got certain kids that will call a coach. Can you send me some videos so I can work on my hand? Because I coach D line, so I can work on my hands. And those kids, yep, I got you. I got you. But I can't trust your passion if you're not engaging and trying to figure out how to get better right now. I can't trust it.
Yeah, I do. The question is, do you feel athletes lose the love of the game once they go pro and see
Yeah,
them dollars? Yes, I do.
you made it.
You made it. They do.
Right.
You
That's the
made it.
ultimate
That's
goal.
why I always say I love my son went to the NFL, right? So he
Okay.
was a free agent. I love I know people probably think, why would you say that? But I actually love that he didn't get drafted. And I actually love that he didn't get signed right away. And
Mm,
I tell you why. Because he's had to work and he had to find the love of it again. Like you said,
that's it.
the thought of going and seeing, okay, mom, I'm gonna finally get to buy you a house. Listen, I don't need you to buy me a house. I got my own house, right?
Mm,
I was like, I always used to say, I'm gonna compete with you. I'm gonna get mine before you get yours. Because I never wanted him to feel like
I love it.
he had to do it for me. So I was starting my own business. He was in college. I was like, let's compete because I'm gonna get mine before you. I don't need you to buy me a house. But I realized the media, the women, the
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle got to him. So
Mm,
he started envisioning, I'm, first round of hopefully I get to go first round and da 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 this. And he was picking out his car. He didn't get it. He
nah,
went as a free agent. And at first it was hurtful because I was like, God, but then at the same time, I was like, okay, God, I trust you. I know what you're doing. You're going to humble him because
that's
when he
it.
gets there, he's going to help other young men. And so he's had to earn his way to a position. Now it ain't about the money to him. He's found, I just want to play, mama.
I love it. I got that. That's that passion. That
He goes,
because
"I just wanna play." Just he goes, "Mama, I don't care." So he actually at first and so then he went to the XFL, and at
okay.
first he was kind of like, I said, "Remember, you just wanna play." He said, "You know what? That's right, mama. I just wanna play." Man, that joker got in the XFL, and he was killing it until they had to "I just wanna play.
That's it. I just
Just wanna play."
the ones that is here and it because they just need an opportunity. They're
Mhm.
not worried about the other end. They're not worried about, oh, I can't wait to go to this school. They like just give me an opportunity. And I've had
Yeah.
guys that I've coached just say, Coach, I just want a chance. I don't care if it was D1, D2, D3, NAIA. I just want somebody to give me a chance. And they go out there and ball out. That's what I
Yeah,
love. Just give them an opportunity and they go and flourish.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
good.
Karen,
That's
you got a
good.
question?
No. I'm just listening. So tell me about these books that you've written and
So the
what's the
book,
passion behind that?
yes, ma'am. The books first cheat codes came out, and that was a long process. That was a few years of me, questioning what should I write about? Like what am I going to write about that's going to kind of be attractive? And I had all these different versions of cheat codes and all these, and then one day I literally was just driving and I, turned my radio down and I was like, all right, God, like I want to do this, but I need you to lead me. I need you to lead me on this. And from that moment on, it flowed. So the book Cheat Codes is their scenarios. They're basically scenarios that are talking about situations that can deter college coaches from wanting to recruit you. And these are, because I ask questions when college coaches come to the school. What are things that y'all look at? And they say behavior. It's always behavior, social media, how you perform on the field, like all those type of things, your attitude, like all that stuff is encompassed in one. And so I was like, let me write about this, but let me do it in a way teenagers can understand it. So I just created these fictitious scenarios and drove it in that mindset. So it's like the social media aspect. When I realized how serious they were about it was when I went to William and Mary, and I was noticing these young ladies were checking the guys in. And I'm a very observant person. And I'm noticing these young ladies checking the guys in. And I asked the coach, I was like, well, what do they do for the program? Oh, sometimes they pay people, once they get their name, they follow them on social media. Like, word? Yeah. The
Mm.
people on staff, the colleges,
Wow.
they follow kids on social media because they don't want to lose that investment. I tell kids, that's over $200,000 investment and your
Mm,
social media can ruin it for you.
yeah.
Yeah, it sure can.
It sure
And
can.
and 2.5 seconds.
There's no reason for you to be posting a video with you with a gun and money.
Man, come on. What?
Ain't no
I
reason
mean,
for that.
I wonder. I was wondering what is it about gun and money. So on my 53rd birthday, I had the money. I had the money in my hand, and I was letting it rain. I said, okay, this is what the kids is after. You know, this hype of just having money in your hand. I didn't understand it.
It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. And
Or
these kids,
or
that
they posting the or they
social media
posting
will burn you.
man, won't it? They
It will
post
burn you.
you're seeing them, they posting them in the okay, I'm a
No,
coach.
I'm
I'm gonna
with
come
you
back.
because
I'm gonna come back, coach, because I was about to
we.
just kind of jump over the side of this.
It's all good. It's all good
But
because
they're
we. I mean,
posting
we.
these girls is half naked. They
Oh,
post, and it's like, dude, what is you do? What are
you
you
trying to go to
doing?
college,
They
man?
standing by a car. You know that ain't your car,
You know you ain't got no audio in your front yard.
man.
Stop playing.
What?
Oh,
Okay,
was that at
I'm gonna
your
bring it
school you
back.
got?
I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back. But yeah, social media will mess you up. Listen, and then I'm gonna get to this question.
Yes.
I just seen a post where a soccer league, I think it was soccer, yes, let a professional player go because his wife.
Oh yeah, I saw that. She
Now,
Yeah.
tweeted something.
this man grew up, probably was dreaming, finally got to this place, and
Mm,
you took it from him and two with a send.
Just press send.
Just press send, you took it from him. Now you don't even know. Not only that, you took it from you, your children with a
You took
send.
everything that he earned. You took away just because
You
you
took
wanted
it
to post.
because you don't even know if somebody's gonna pick them up.
Yeah, and
right.
that's it. And as far as the second book, on it, that was like God said, do this one this way, and this one's about just accountability. Understand that you're accountable to your teammates, your coaches, the school, and there's again scenarios that of student things that I just came up with situations that students I've dealt with, but they're not specific. But I just create scenarios out of situations, like guys, walking off the practice field because they mad, or getting mad because they losing and they feel like they better than the whole team. Like it's accountability. You're accountable to
Yeah,
the whole program.
that's right.
You know, and some kids miss that point where they're like, "Well, I'm the star, I'm the captain." Yeah, but captain is an earned spot.
Mm,
That's
Leadership ain't given; it's earned. And when somebody
right.
places that label on you, take it serious. And a
That's
lot of
right.
kids don't realize, oh, they'll storm off the field, y'all suck, and you're like, but you're supposed to be the captain
That's right.
mm,
because and I've had it for years. And I remember some years ago, I asked a player on my team. I said, "Do you like when your parents yell at you and call you, tell you you a loser and stuff like that?" Nah, I wouldn't like. Oh no, coach. How that make you feel? Horrible. So why do you think it's okay for you to be the leader of the team and telling these guys the same thing? If
That's
it
mm,
make
good.
you upset when your parents get on you,
right.
That's
and so a lot of kids miss that opportunity to realize like leadership is an important role.
it's very important. It's
It
very
is.
important. And the parents, like my daughter actually was just given leadership a few days ago for her basketball team. And so I said, "Are you ready?" I'm not what that's the thing. The
Mm,
coaches are doing what they have to do, right? But it
hmm
really starts at home. So I said,
Yeah.
"Are you ready?" She got quiet. I said, "Well, all right, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna give me five. I need five things that is important as being a leader. I need you to write it out. And so then I need to see that we're going to talk about you being a leader because you have to understand the position that you're put in. God
hmm
put you in that position. You have to take it serious. You got to you got to hold the girls accountable. You're held accountable. So as a parent, I feel I have to walk her through that. Not, oh, she's a leader, my baby's a leader, and then go off. Then
Right.
Mm,
I'm leaving her to drown.
mm,
I'm leaving her or putting her in a position to mess up. So it goes back to even your books. I think it should be mandatory that the parents read it.
Mm. Now
No,
that would be
I'm
lovely.
serious.
Now, that would be
right.
You
lovely.
laughing. No, I'm serious. Man, I'd be like,
Right.
you need to make it mandatory. Parents, you got to read this book for your child can play for me.
Yeah.
And look, and I was going to ask you about the one on the cheat code. As far as you asking the college coaches, do they ever say that they look at the crazy parents? If the parents are crazy, then that deteriorate them from
I've had
recruiting
coaches
them.
tell me, yeah, Yeah.
Wow.
Whether they parents know it or not, college coaches check parents' social media too. It's
Mm.
because again, it goes back to they're about to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars in your kid. Food, books, dorm, equipment,
Gear.
clothes, gear, all that. So they're investing this in your kid. And if you're gonna be that parent that's wilding out, you can go somewhere else.
Mm.
And it's real. Like a lot of parents have to realize, tone it down. Feel
Yeah.
how you feel at home. At
Right.
home.
Don't get
But
on social media and clap back. Shut
right.
up.
Oh,
Just
my kids' coaches suck. Oh, because your son didn't score a game-winning touchdown, or because you feel like your son should be out there. And I tell parents all the time, you think we really just wake up as a staff and say, you know what, we're not gonna play that kid? No.
Why?
Like we just gonna wake up one day and everybody agree. We all in agreement that we not gonna play this kid. No, that's not how it goes. You earn it. Monday through Thursday, you are earning
Mm.
playing time. If your kid don't step on that field Friday night, they did not earn it. And that's how we operate in our program. Ain't no favorites at our program. You earn every inch you get.
But it's no different than a
Wow.
job. You got to earn your position. You want to get
Yeah,
to manager, you got to earn it. You got to show up. You got to be on time. You got to do your job.
that's it.
You want to get to VP of the company. You got to earn it. You
You
got to
gotta earn
research.
it.
You got to do your job. You got to show up.
Hmm.
You got to. So what's the difference?
They don't
Why?
want their kid to go through adversity. They want
Mm.
it because they've babied them so long that they want them to have the easy walk through. And the funny thing about it, we weren't raised like that. So it bothers me now when I see it
Yeah,
because we weren't raised like that.
You're
You
right.
gonna go earn it. I
earn
couldn't
it.
come home and
Yeah.
tell my dad, man, you know, coach wouldn't give me no time, man.
My God, my
And
kids can't either. Mm-mm.
what'd you
If
do
you
wrong?
right, if
Right.
you're on the bench,
Right.
if
That's
you're
the
on
first
the
thing I said.
bench, you put yourself on the bench. What did you
That,
do? But the
even I don't
parents
know.
won't ask that question to the
They're
kid.
not gonna ask that because they don't want to see their kid hurt. No, to ask your kid, what did you do? If you watch the Chicago Bulls documentary, even Michael Jordan, Mama said, "Did you work hard enough?"
Yeah. What
She
did you
didn't
do?
say, "Oh my God, I'm going up to the school to fuss the coach out." No, did you
What
work hard
work
enough?
hard enough. Right. Are you showing up?
Are you showing
Right.
up? Because
Right.
it's the spot you want. So how bad do you want that spot?
But you know what's so funny? Some of these parents know their own kids because you at home with them. So you know when they can get snappy, and you know when they can. It's so the first thing you got to go is, did you go off? What did you say?
Right,
You know what I'm
but they
saying?
ain't gonna do
What
that
was your
because
attitude like? Because I know you. Because when I say something to you, your eyes get to rolling. So let me, why are you on the bench or why
yeah,
are
it's
you
Right.
playing
everybody else's fault
secondary?
now. It's
Right,
everybody else's fault, not the
right,
kid. But to the
right.
Right.
question that the young lady, yeah, that I was just looking for that question.
Yeah.
Um, we actually had a young lady when I first got to Tallwood. We actually had a young lady that was our kicker on the team, and she was actually pretty decent. We listen. If you want to play, we're gonna encourage you to play. Just understand what comes with being one of our players. You
Right.
got to go through the same thing that everybody else go through. There's no in
Favorite.
between. There's no she's a girl. No, you out there. You out there.
That's right. You chose.
Mm.
You want to. Hey, you got to be tough. This is what you want to do. Then, as they say, you got to woman up. You can't say man up, but you got
No,
to
I can't say
woman up.
man up.
Woman up.
But you better tighten up.
Right.
You better tighten up.
Tighten.
If you want it bad enough, tighten up. Get it done. If it, because
Yeah.
I have a daughter. I have a daughter. She's about to be 6 in August. But listen, she said, "Dad, I want to try football." You know what you're getting yourself into. And that's any sport that she's gonna play. Because I'm a competitive dad, and listen. You ask dad to train you in something, you better be careful what you ask for.
Wow. This. Okay. So what's This is a question I want to ask because I don't think a lot of coaches dealt with it. And Karen asked this question to a coach. She said, "What if we don't ever get back to football? Whether what would you do?"
What's
Ooh,
your
I would ask
backup
you
plan?
as a coach, not the athletes. First, you as a coach, what would you do as a coach?
I would stick to what I mean. This what I do with the motivation and the books and stuff. We never got back to football. This would be my full time
Mm.
because then I can get kids and coach them to figure out other aspects of their life.
Mm.
You take away one, it's almost like if you lose one sense, the other one has to become stronger.
Mm.
So my goal would be, okay, we can't play ball, so I'm going to do everything in my power to help these kids in the next generation learn how to develop completely. how to become complete adults, which is, I mean, I love doing it now. So
Yeah.
anything else, I would just have more time to do it.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
good.
that's good. All right, coach. Now you on camera.
All right.
Live. What's the nicest thing you ever said to a ref?
The nicest thing I've ever said to a ref. Uh,
Because
I was,
in the green room, we heard you got kicked out last season.
I said almost kicked out.
Oh, okay. So so what happened, coach?
Okay, so I'll start with the nicest thing I've ever said was, "Did you have a nice drive here?" Like,
Oh
I
my
don't like
God.
talking to refs. I don't. I don't like talking to
Oh,
refs because
A
they
nice
like,
drive.
yeah,
I didn't
they
care.
like mean
Wait, a
girls.
nice drive?
They're like mean girls. Like they smile at you, and then midway through the game, they just they just do whatever, and then expect you not to get mad. So no,
He
I don't talk to
said,
refs.
"Did you have a nice
Did
drive?"
you
What
have a nice drive
did the
in?
coach say, Karen? Good game? He
Right,
told
right.
the ref
Good
good
game.
game.
Good
Really?
game.
Good
Did
game.
you have a nice drive in? Good game. Okay, that's about it. We ain't going for coffee after this. We ain't going for coffee after this. Just call the game down the middle,
He
and
said
you ain't
we
got to
ain't
worry
going
about
for
me.
coffee. All right, coach. So
Listen,
tell us what your incident with the ref.
okay, so last at the end of the season, we're playing a team. First of all, me and this ref had already had an altercation earlier in the game where we were verbally like, "Yo, I'm like, if you're not gonna throw the flag, to get to somebody who will." That's just my mentality. So one of our players had got hurt on a play. Now, common sense, and I'm saying it, common sense says, okay, the next play can't line up. Our player is down on the ground. He's allowing the team to line back up.
Wow.
I lose it. I
What's
lose
the
it.
save? What'd you do? Say, God, I need you to sit over here because I'm
I
about
ain't asked God nothing in that situation. If anything, my boy Coach Johnson, the defensive coordinator there, he caught me. Him and the offensive line was like, "Ray, chill out." Like I was ready to go, and then the ref was like, "Do y'all need him on the sideline? Because he about to get kicked out of here." And at this point, I'm seeing red, so I take my headset off.
Oh.
Listen, when it comes to my kids, I listen. I see red. I have no filter. I ain't
Mm.
listen in that moment. God, I'm gonna need you to take a back seat in this moment because right now I'm gonna do something that you ain't gonna
All
approve
right,
of.
Peter. All right, Peter. And then cutting off ears, Peter. Showing up, telling them off. Okay, so this is interesting because these coaches, when you ask this question about refs, they're like, "Good game." They get
Yeah,
We're
real
gonna have to bring
quiet.
a
Like
ref on the show. We need to hear their
we did.
side.
Well, we did. We had Sharon on the
Yeah,
show.
she was
Well,
basketball, but I
oh,
want football. I want to see
she
football.
said they're vicious.
oh
She
God,
said they had
oh.
to get escorted because y'all coaches be threatening them and following them to the car, and
You,
I
you
was like,
call up. You call up. We had a game, not this season, but the season before last, where one of my kids, he's at Virginia Union now. He strips the ball from the running back at the 2 yard line. You
Ooh,
see it clear as day. They called touchdown.
we've
This
had
is
those
why I just
before.
be like, was it a good drive in?
Right?
And I'm running with the iPad, like I can show you he didn't get in, and the refs just blow you off. Like they really got like this authoritative mindset. They can talk to you
Right.
any kind of way. I'm not that dude.
"Oh Lord, coach. Oh, you might need to write another book on how to handle the ref
Right,
calmly,
right. Or how to
calmly,
behave on the sideline.
right,
Yeah, see,
calmly, coach, calmly."
I'm usually very relaxed until the ref do something. That's the only thing to get me fired up is a ref do something or one of my players hit me when one of my players make a mistake and be like, "My bad, coach." Like that sends me like 0 to 180.
Well, at least you're being transparent. So, Lord,
I'm always gonna be very
so
transparent.
you must tell the Lord, I'm just
You know my heart, Lord.
Why do we always say that? God, you know my
You
heart.
know my heart. You
You know my
made
heart,
me.
Lord. Oh my gosh. All right, coach.
You made me.
Yeah. Right. That's a good God, you know me. You made me.
You made me.
You gave
So
that to me. So what you want me to do with it?
that's it. So when I
Okay.
get to the gate, when I get to the gates, I know it's gonna be a conversation before I get in. But listen,
The Lord did not. I sent some to college, Lord, and I loved on some
Right,
you seen what I was doing with these kids. But I
right.
get it. I'll wait.
But you tell them, but your refs, right?
Your
Like
ref,
your ref. I
the
was
ref
like,
of the game you created.
Oh no, you're not gonna put that on.
oh my God, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm gonna be like, really? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You the one created them.
I
I
was just
did.
coaching it. I was trying to fulfill my
Right.
purpose.
Yeah. So, all right, Coach Ray, this has been good. Can you tell everybody? Actually, I would really like to get those two books because I would like to impart them into my young men. I was telling her I've got some guys that are I don't know. I guess the Lord, that's another thing. I guess the Lord just feel like Shannon, your house is going to be the house for the NFL
Athletes.
athletes. Yeah. So
Woo.
I've got like 4 or 5 boys now coming to live with us. So
That's-
they can train with my son. But I'm like, Jesus, you got to keep me saved because I be wanting to deck all their chests in. I don't care.
Listen, sometimes we
Man,
got to do it.
he'd be like, I don't care you 25 and 6'3", brother. I will sucker gut you real fast. And then call your mama and tell her I sucker gut your son.
It is what it is. They
But I
emptying out your refrigerator.
but I love it, because we have ministry time and we really have
Hmm.
heart to hearts. And I'm finding out it's things that no one's had heart to hearts with them about,
Yep.
and they're opening up. So I can't complain. But I would actually love to get those books. So can you tell us how we can purchase
Yes,
them?
ma'am. You can grab it from my website. It's www.nxtlvlstudentathletellc.com. You can
Okay.
purchase both books are available. You just go to the website, click buy, and I'll get them out. I cover shipping, so I ship everything out.
Wow, that's great. Okay, I have to go and get that. So
And the link is also in this video. They can go to this video and they can click the link and they can get there as well.
Much appreciated.
okay, so what would you say, final words before we end the show to the return of football for all the athletes all over, whether high school, junior high, college, professional? What would you say right now?
Fulfill your passion. Don't settle. Don't wait for somebody to tell you how to be great. If it's what you love to do, go be great at it. Listen, be coachable. Because if you already sweet, ain't no reason for you to have no coach. But be coachable. Listen and appreciate the grind. Appreciate the grind. Appreciate every moment that you're out there. Appreciate the guys that are beside you that are sweating in the heat, and the coaches that are sacrificing time away from their families to coach you. Appreciate it.
Oh, that's
That's
good.
good.
That's
That's
good.
Also,
good.
I will say this. I will add this to the level that you give for football or whatever sport you play. Go beyond that for academics.
That's
Don't
good.
don't treat academics like they don't matter, because they do.
That's good.
Mm.
I like that. All right, Coach Ray, we appreciate it. You have a phenomenal season.
All right, thank
And
y'all, and
Yes.
I appreciate y'all,
hopefully
ladies.
we'll bring you back maybe in the middle of the season, see how things are going, or at the end of your season. So I
Let
appreciate it.
just let me know.
All right, guys, this is your girl Shannon at Can We Talk Sports. We will be back Sunday.
Oh yeah, we got a big hitter.
We got a big hitter Sunday,
Yeah, Coach
and we got
Coach Lynn, Cedar
we got
Hill.
Cedar.
We
Oh
coming.
Lord, Cedar
DeSoto coming
here.
for you. We're gonna
Oh,
be right here.
I don't know if I want to do that show. So we got Cedar Hill, and we got a DeSoto. Oh Lord, I don't know. I'm just
Man.
yeah.
And we're gonna show them how to get along. We're gonna
Coach,
leave it on the field.
Coach,
There it is.
You see my face.
I see. I saw it. I saw it.
Okay, you saw that, right?
we gonna
I
start.
need you to watch the show so you can tell.
I'm gonna watch it Sunday so I can be like, look, I already know.
Because Karen is going. Let me tell you about Karen. Karen is the DeSoto. She wears the help. See, there you go. She got the She got the bell. She has the pom poms. She has the DeSoto U. So that's gonna be interesting. So she
I'm
gonna
not
come
even gonna wear it.
You're not
what?
gonna wear it.
I'm gonna be chill. Then all of a sudden I'm gonna break out. DeSoto, you baby. Own it.
Oh, that poor coach. Coach. Oh, I can't. Coach from Cedar Hill. I'm so sorry. I am
I'm
not
there. I'm
responsible.
there
I'm telling you
Sunday.
now. I hope you watch. I am not responsible for the words.
We're gonna have
Karen.
fun.
I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
All right.
All right. Well, we thank you for joining us. This is your girl Shannon, and I am with
Karen.
And we will see you guys Sunday at 9. Talk to
Y'all
you
be
guys
good one.
later. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Good
All right.
night.
Good night.